Welcome to the deep dive. Today we're getting into a really critical topic, the language learning revolution. Specifically, how you can practice English right now in 2026. I mean, the whole idea of AI being some futuristic thing, that's over. It's here. It's basically your personal, always-on educational partner.
And that is exactly why we need a map. We really do. For anyone who wants the fastest path to understanding the tech that's out there, and, maybe avoiding signing up for a dozen different things.
Right, the subscription fatigue is real.
It is. So we're synthesizing the data on 7 key AI tools. Yeah. And we're not just going to list them. We're going to show you how to combine them, how to create a strategy for real progress.
That's our mission for this deep dive,
Okay.
a clear, actionable map. We want you to walk away knowing exactly which tool is best for your goal.
Whether that's mastering business English,
Or say, polishing your pronunciation for a big presentation, or just getting that confidence for everyday chats. This is your shortcut to making really smart choices.
And before we jump into the specific tools, let's just touch on why AI has become so essential these past few years. It's more than just being able to practice at 2 a.m.
Oh, it's the feedback loop. Yeah, the instant feedback. That has to be the game changer.
It is. 100%.
You don't have to wait a week for a teacher to correct an essay anymore. You get that correction in real time right as you're speaking or writing.
Absolutely. And that speed, it builds confidence. The sources all highlight this idea of a safe practice environment.
Safe how?
Well, you can mess up your grammar 1,000 times simulating a tough conversation, and there's just zero judgment. It takes away that social anxiety that holds so many adult learners back.
But, and this is a big but, that the sources really stress, we have to remember this as we go through all the cool tech.
Yeah.
AI enhances, it doesn't.
It doesn't substitute. Precisely. The data is firm on this. AI is not a replacement for an experienced human teacher.
We'll get more into that later, I'm sure.
We will. But it's good to keep that balance in mind.
Okay, so let's unpack this. Let's start with the big ones, the versatile conversation assistants, because these are really defining the space.
And you have to start with ChatGPT from OpenAI.
Of course.
It's still the baseline for just pure versatility. Most people know it as a search tool, but for English learners, it's just incredible for speaking practice, for creative writing.
And for simulating conversations.
Exactly, simulating very specific conversations.
And here's the real nugget for anyone trying to advance their career. You can prompt it to simulate these really specific, high-stakes scenarios, like practicing a tough job interview.
Or role-playing a tricky negotiation with a client, or even handling very specific, nuanced business English for your particular industry.
That's the key. And the sources point out an actionable tip here. You have to be explicit with your prompt.
You do. You have to ask it to respond only in English, obviously, but also to correct your sentences to sound more natural.
More colloquial.
Yes, that's the real jump. Moving from just being grammatically correct to actually being fluent.
Okay, so if ChatGPT is the versatile text and simulation engine, what about our second big tool? What if your needs are more visual?
Then you're talking about Google Gemini.
Right.
Gemini's big advantage is its multimodal capabilities. It just goes beyond text. It's really strong for reading comprehension, but also for voice interaction and, well, real-world problem solving.
So what does that look like in practice? How does it actually work?
It means you're not just chatting. You can use your voice, and you can use image-based prompts.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, you could say, upload a photo of a complex diagram or maybe a map, and then ask Gemini to explain it or give you directions, but only in English.
So it connects the language directly to a real-life situation.
Instantly. It's not a textbook conversation anymore.
Yeah.
It's true situational fluency.
Okay, this is where it gets really interesting, I think, especially for anyone listening whose learning is tied directly to their job. We're moving into the specialized tools now, the ones that plug right into your workflow or just focus like a laser on how you sound. Let's talk about Microsoft Copilot.
Copilot is aimed squarely at professional English, business communication, while ChatGPT can simulate writing a business email.
Copilot is in your email.
Exactly. It's deeply integrated with all the Office tools. It's like an AI partner that lives inside your actual work.
So it's the difference between simulation and direct application.
Yes. And we're talking about essential daily tasks. It can help you write complex business emails in a very specific tone.
Or draft a whole presentation from just a few bullet points.
Probably the most common use.
Yeah.
Just editing documents. Not just for grammar, but for corporate style and tone. It's like a silent expert editor sitting right there with you.
Okay, so now we have 3 really powerful but different tools. A general conversationalist with ChatGPT, multimodal context with Gemini, and the professional workflow with Copilot.
Right.
But what if your problem isn't what to say, but how you sound saying it? That pivots us pretty hard into pronunciation.
It does. We're shifting from composition to delivery. And that brings us to tool number 4, Speakly.
The AI-powered speaking coach.
Its main focus is on real-time pronunciation and fluency improvement. It's really designed to reduce hesitation.
And what's the tech behind it? How is it better than just recording yourself on your phone?
It's using very sophisticated voice recognition and fluency scoring. It's analyzing your rhythm, your pace.
And it gives you exercises?
A lot of repeat after me exercises, yeah. The goal's pretty broad. It's about gaining confidence and aiming for a more, accent-neutral delivery.
Wait a second, though. If Speakly is already focused on pronunciation, why do we need another tool? Aren't we getting into overlap here?
That's a great question, and it's a necessary one. The difference is the level of detail. Speakly is about fluency and rhythm. Tool number 5, Elsa Speak, is about surgical precision.
The precision pronunciation trainer.
Exactly. Elsa Speak is focused much more narrowly on accent reduction and speaking clarity. So instead of a general fluency score, Elsa's AI targets phonetic accuracy. It listens to every single syllable, every consonant, and gives you tailored step-by-step corrections.
Wow.
It's for that learner who has the grammar down but wants to eliminate specific phonetic issues. It dissects sounds at a level a general bot just can't.
That makes perfect sense. It's like the difference between a general fitness coach and a physical therapist who's fixing one specific flaw in your movement.
That is the perfect analogy. One is for overall performance, the other is for micro-corrections.
Okay, now let's move to the last two tools. And these feel like they're on opposite ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
The social and the foundational. We have to talk about Replica.
Ah, yes. Replica.
It's almost like a social experiment disguised as a language tool.
It really is. It falls into that AI companion category.
Mm-hmm.
It's best for very casual, low-stakes conversation and, interestingly, practicing emotional language.
And its unique feature, according to the sources, is that it tries to chat like a human friend. And it even adjusts its personality to match yours.
And that personalization is the whole point. It creates this low-pressure, almost intimate space to practice social English. Slang, emotional responses, social cues, things you wouldn't get in a formal lesson.
And you're practicing language about feelings, about personal life, which is a huge part of being truly fluent.
A massive part.
And finally, rounding out the 7, we have Duolingo Max. The AI-enhanced version. This is for the fundamentals.
Yes, this is your foundation. Duolingo Max is best for vocabulary, for grammar, and for anyone at that beginner to intermediate level who just needs structure.
So what does the AI-enhanced part actually do? How is it different?
The AI helps with personalized lesson pacing. It gives you deeper explanations when you make a mistake on a grammar concept.
Oh, okay.
And it has practice chats built in that adapt to your level. It's taking a proven, structured path and just using AI to make it way more personal than a textbook ever could be. So if we connect all this back to the bigger picture, knowing about these 7 tools is one thing, but using them effectively, that's the real challenge. So what does the source material actually recommend for building a smart strategy?
The strategy is really clear. It's a 5-part plan. First, just be consistent. Practice every day, even if it's only for 10 or 15 minutes. Second, and this is probably the most important part, you have to combine the tools. Don't just stick with one.
The combination strategy? That's where the magic is. The source material doesn't just say combine them, it gives examples.
Let's walk through one for you. Let's say your goal is to land an international client. You're going to give a big presentation.
Okay.
You'd need a whole stack of tools for that.
Absolutely. You'd probably start with Microsoft Copilot to draft the business emails and get the presentation slides looking professional.
Then you jump over to ChatGPT.
Right. To role-play the Q&A session with the client, to prepare for all the different questions they might ask.
And finally, you'd use Elsa Speak to practice the pronunciation of any complex industry terms, so your delivery is crisp and clear.
You're building a curriculum for yourself.
A custom curriculum using these specialized microtools, it's brilliant.
It is. So third, the strategy says set clear, specific goals. Not just learn English, but something like, I want to improve my financial business English fluency by 15% in 2 months.
Be specific. Fourth, track your progress. You can literally save your corrected sentences and look back a month later to see how much you've improved. It's very motivating.
And this brings us to the 5th, and really the most critical point, the absolute need to get real human feedback whenever you can.
And that leads us right to the central tension here, doesn't it? With all these powerful AI tools, why do we still need a human teacher? Is the classroom becoming obsolete?
That is the core question. And the source material is, well, it's unequivocal on this. AI offers incredible flexibility, but it does not replace the academic structure of an English school, especially for intermediate and advanced learners.
Let's really dig into that. Why? What are the cognitive differences? Why does that human interaction still matter so much?
Well, first, there's nuance, cultural context. AI models are trained on huge amounts of text, but they often miss the subtle cultural cues, the irony, the emotional subtext in real communication.
A teacher can explain why a phrase is polite in one context and rude in another.
Exactly. AI just gives you the correct translation. And then there's the unpredictability of a classroom.
What do you mean by that?
The classroom exposes you to different accents, different speech patterns, different ways of speaking from your classmates and your teacher. Your AI assistant will always speak perfect standard English.
But the real world isn't like that.
Not at all. You need that exposure to different dialects, to fast speech, to mumbled speech. It's vital for your listening skills. And AI really only perfects your output, not your ability to handle messy, diverse input.
And I think there's a huge factor we're overlooking, just motivation, sheer human engagement.
Absolutely. The effort it takes to learn a language is immense. A teacher provides accountability, motivation, and can adapt to a student's emotional state in a way a tool just can't. And experienced teachers, they understand the most common challenges learners face, often because of their native language. They know how to fix those common problems with proven teaching methods.
So it's not just about delivering content, it's about guidance, support, and interpreting all the context that AI just can't.
Precisely. And when you have smaller class sizes, you get that personalized support. It's almost like private tutoring. It just leads to better results than studying completely on your own. AI is a partner, an indispensable one, but not the instructor.
So bringing it all together, what this really means for you, the listener, is that the best path to mastering English in 2026 is a dual approach, a sophisticated one. You combine the incredible flexibility and practice from these 7 AI tools with a solid, structured English program led by an experienced human teacher.
And we're already seeing the next wave. The sources mention that institutions like Language Systems International are developing new programs that are deeply tied to AI. They're merging these two worlds.
Which raises a really important final question we should leave you with. Yeah. Given AI's power for personalized practice and the absolute necessity of human guidance for structure and context, what new models of education will emerge when that line between the tool and the classroom just completely disappears?
What does a truly integrated curriculum, where the teacher manages the AI, not just the students, actually look like in practice? We'll be watching that space very, very closely.
That's your deep dive into the 2026 AI language landscape. Now you have the map.
Yeah, practice.